All right. Okay. So last week we had a little bit of fun. We had four color goblins. Um, but I've been looking at the legacy results lately. I haven't played since last week. I took a week off, just like metagame. It's kind of bleh. But there have been some changes, and there's a couple things to talk about, and that has led me to the fatal pushes that you see in my deck. And I want to talk about like how I got there. I was this all came to me as I'm trying to fall asleep last night. It's like, wait, fatal push is the answer. Okay, so metagame, there's tons of Scaminator. That's a given. Um, Outside of that, the other big decks are Eldrazi. There's uh, the Nadu decks, which are kind of like Cephalids. Some are actually playing Cephalid Illusionist, some are not. Some are like more like Green Sun Zenith decks. Um, there's Cradle Control, which is showing up a bit more. Um, and then most recently in the Legacy Challenges, there's been this like four color control, like four color beans control deck that's playing for Psychic Frog. Um, so Frog has become extremely dominant in the format rather quickly. Um, and I was like, okay, so what can we play? That's I was like, oh, how do I first thought was how do I fit a fourth rep in the sideboard for Frog? It's like I don't really see how to do that. And then I looked at the main deck and I was like, I've got this twin shot sniper and I've got this war chief. I didn't the war chief felt like I just like didn't want it in the deck. It was just there because it does fulfill a function with like Muxus, and then it puts a higher ceiling on your deck, right? Um, but usually you don't want to draw it. Uh, and also, oh, the other thing was I noticed there was a huge increase in fatal pushes because like Delver decks, I think the Delver deck, quote unquote Delver deck, that won as the Baltimore the SG like 5K, um, was playing no Delvers, but it was playing four Necrogoy, four DRC frogs and Murktides with four pushes instead of any bolts. And I was like, well, that's interesting. And the more I thought about it, I was like, Fatal Push actually is the answer that makes the most sense in the format because Psychic Frog dies to push, right? Um, Whereas damage based removal struggles to kill Frog. We've got, um, with these Cephalid decks, the problem, as I was talking about last week, is that damage based removal is not consistently good against Nomads on core because basically you can never kill it if they have any other creature with damage based removal. Um, which is really annoying. So that's why I was playing Dismember. But Dismember costing 4 life matters a lot against, you board it in against Eldrazi and other Stompy decks, but the fact that that's costing you 4 life is like pretty significant. Um, so that was like a pretty real downside. And also against, it doesn't always kill Frog. It does kill Troll, but paying 4 life is also real there, and it's extra bad against counterspells. Um, so that was kind of the next step. I was like, okay, I'm playing Twin Shot Sniper for it's really best against Cephalids, and then it kills the cheap creatures in Eldrazi like Fleshraker and the Lord. Um, but it is 2 mana, and I've been feeling like it's really hard to break serve with goblins right now because your removal spells are all 2 mana aside from pyrokinesis. Um, so when you're on the draw, it's like hard to interact fast enough. with creatures specifically. And I was like, okay, so what if Fatal Push might actually just do Twin Shot's job better. And Fatal Push solves the problem of the Nomads on Core issue with damage-based removal. It kills Frog. It kills. It also just like handles like the annoying creatures that we struggle to kill with, kill early, like Delirious DRC and Necrogoyf. The Control is now playing Fatal Push targets, whereas before Control played. You could push an Uro, which is like okay now because we got 3 Boggarts to clear it out afterwards. But before you didn't really want removal in your deck against Control. So even the more popular combo deck, which is the Mystic Forge deck, is playing Fleshraker, and like push is useful against Fleshraker. So the combination of those things, okay, push is actually really well positioned. With like Frog plus Eldrazi plus Nadu decks. Cradle Control also worth mentioning there. Push kills everything. And the thing that set me off of Twin Shot specifically was I like Twin Shotted my opponent's 2/2 White of the Reliquary and the Evoked Endurance to give it +1/+1, and then I lost because they had the white untapped and I got like time locked. Push avoids that issue. So the next step is how do you make push castable? And it's like, well, I already would be interested in playing a 3rd Boggart Trawler. So as people who've been watching know, I've been kind of back and forth on Rashadenport. So I was like, okay, so what if we do cut the ports and we add a 3rd Trawler and a basic Swamp? Because that gives me 13 black sources. Yeah. 13 black sources is really good. And then one of them's unwastable, and 3 of them are tutorable with Matron and Ringleader. And because we've cut lands, not spells, we've got 2 main deck non-goblins and 34 goblins still. So our Ringleaders are as good as normal. Same thing with Hordemaster. So this also, cutting the Dismember also opens up the sideboard again a little bit, so I've been able to fit in a Blood Moon, which would be a nice haymaker against Eldrazi. And been seeing some land stacks as well, and just thought I'd give. Oh, and then there's like the 4-color control decks also get Blood Mooned. So I feel really good about this. I hope it's good, but we'll see. I was saying I'm rusty. And the way I want to approach the games today is like identifying what like my very strict game plan is, and having every game action dedicated to that game plan, so that I have like I'm not like it's like, oh, I should play towards this angle and then pivoting and then pivoting and then pivoting, because that leads to weaker turns overall in a weaker game. So I want to pick a game plan and stick to it. And if I pick the wrong game plan, but I'm sticking to it, well, then you have to, sometimes you have to reevaluate and, accept, like, okay, I've made mistakes up to this point. Do I continue down this path because it's like the most coherent thing with my line, or do I try to pivot? And I think that's sort of a case by case basis based on, how right or wrong your initial game plan was. And so, like, that'll probably come up with mana denial quite a lot. All right. Really want a 1-drop on the draw. This hand's good otherwise, but I think it's a little too risky. Okay, I like this hand. So we'll put back the second cavern. Okay. Okay. Mog is good. It's an interesting question we have immediately. So I played played 2 leagues of Eldrazi a little bit ago, and I was like, Eldrazi Temple is super important to the deck. Do I Wasteland on turn 1? So the risk is a Thought-Knot Seer. For the most part, that's like not too bad. I think getting the Vial down is important. A Mycospawn would also be a punish. There's Eye, okay. There's Petal, that's not good. Okay. So we take 7. Okay. But then we waste Temple, and then we can go Expert, Mogul Marshal Expert, kill this. The other thing I learned while playing Eldrazi is that Ayavugun's the worst card, so you just, like, don't wasteland Ayavugun. Ooh, that's fucking bad for me. That is really bad for me. I might just be dead now. Let's see if they hold back for Lackey. Nope, okay. So leading on Cavern instead of holding the Bloodstained Mire. So I held the Bloodstained Mire because I didn't know if I wanted to get Mountain, Badlands, or Swamp because of Fatal Push. So that is sort of a cost here. So I can't fetch. So I can go War Marshal, block here, take 5, go to 1. And then in my upkeep, I'll expert the Line Breaker. Need my opponent to brick for a turn here. Okay. Yeah, I just have to do this into a K command, unfortunately. Okay, they don't have it. Alright. That's a little scary. Other line breaker kills me. Double blocking here to clear the board. Okay. Not so scared of Thought-Knot Seer, because we have 2 4-drops. They also clearly don't have Thought-Knot Seer because they would have played a last turn. They have almost certainly drawn this for turn. I guess they haven't missed a land drop though, actually. So. Okay. We're very close to stabilizing. Smite Spawn doesn't do that much. They can wasteland my fetch land if they want. Got another Ancient Tomb. I guess they want to start activating Eye of Ugin. That's not bad. I think I... I want to get this second vial down. So I think I put in Sling Gang now. Sacrifice a goblin to be able to activate my fetch land. Because the Ringleader becomes a lot more useful. Hey, Jared. I'm going to save this push for... another line breaker or a flesh raker. Thought-Knot Seer. It's annoying. Do I push that? I think I don't. Because they're kind of forced to take the ringleader, and I would rather fatal push in blocks. Because what I want to be able to do is block, sack, gain a life, crack fetch, use push. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they need to draw land. Okay, so now I get to do this. Get swamp. Horde Master's really good. Leave it on 4. Okay, land. So block, sack, maybe get a card, gain some life. Okay, third vial is gone. What did they draw? Okay. Bombardiers, Matron, Wasteland. So we'll have to double block. I think I'll Wasteland the red source. And I think I play for maximum Horde Master triggers, which costs me a damage and a life. It does mean, so going to 4 would mean that I can take a hit for Micro Spawn, so I don't need to get 2 things. This is a bit of a tough call. Yeah, Matron's definitely the best thing to hit. think I just want cards. I just need maximum hits. Okay. Lackey. All right. There we go. There we go. Bombardiers is lethal. Whew. Whew. That was close. All right. Lackey is really bad in this matchup. Yeah, that's Wordmaster for sure. Thanks for get this username. Thanks for following. Yeah, I think this is good. Don't think I want Snake Scourger. A lot of their best creatures are ETBs, so. Pyrokinesis, double Wasteland. All right. Don't really want to pitch Matron, but. Temple. Mm-hmm. Really want them to cast another guy. Okay. Waste that too. I think I do. Fine taking 2 from this guy. There we go. It's a really good draw. We are kind of starting the game at 15, but I'm taking a lot of damage. Mog is really good. A little awkward. If there's a thought, no, I can't kill it. Okay, Mega Sponge, sure. Get eye, okay. So this is either Matron Expert. I think I want to just Bombardiers kill it that heralds the end by sacking a token. It's nice to do this while Dismember and K Commander down. That's a good one. To get Wasteland and take me off red. Temple, okay. I think I let this through. If they take the Pyrokinesis, that's fine, because I can kill both their guys next turn. You can go Matron, Expert, kill, Thought-Knot, Bombardiers, a Micah Spawn. Okay. I am getting into a life total that dies immediately to the guy, the haste guy. Okay. Second Bombardiers isn't quite enough. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Expert. I'm going to get Expert still. You could get Crater Maker. I think Expert's better. And attack, I'm going to kill the Thought-Knots here. With Matron. And then just hold up this Expert. There's Muxus, okay. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Okay. Two cards. Jesus. It's a lot of Micah Spawns. Okay, so if their last card is a removal spell, I'm dead. Oh no, I'm not dead. Okay. If it's a if it's a breaker, then I'm dead. Cosmos command. Yeah. Okay. 3 top. That's horrifying. I think I take this. Because we got a Sling Gang. Oh, that probably kills me. Jeez. Okay. All right. That's right. Oh. Not sure if there's something I could have done differently there. Do I want lackeys on the play? Don't think so. I mean, lackey, turn 1 lackey plus removal beats them like a lot of the time. But it's really bad outside of that specific turn. I don't think I play towards that. Okay. This is a really good, it's a one-lander, but it's a good one-lander. Might have been a way to play Muxus that turn. How? Jared? Fleshraker? Turn 1 line breaker. Okay. It's a good draw. All right. They might lose to this lackey if they don't dismember. Nice. 2 goblins on board, matron. Skirk 2 lands. There was no Skirk. There wasn't a Skirk. All right, the one of Goblin like does the job. We'd get to go put in Sling Gang plus Swordmaster. Oh, if I had left the Vial on 3, I don't think I'd be playing towards that though. Like I could have played towards drawing a regular land, but I think I wanted to get the Sling Gang in play. Close match. Yeah, the board was getting at it, but I felt like I could get a turn free with Sling Gang. If they just played more creatures, then I could get it, or they took a turn off to Ayavugan, I could get a turn free to Sling Gang, take a Vial to 5, and then Muxus the following turn, was my hope. I'd probably have to sack my old board, but okay. Sans solid lackey hand. Opponent plays a lot of combo decks, I know, so. Is this Dredge guy? I don't remember. I think this is just bullshit, yeah. This person, yeah, okay, Necro, sure. Fully expect to die on turn 1. Both matches, both games here. We have cut every card that is good against Necro, basically. They draw 13 cards. That's an odd number. Didn't expect that. Okay. Okay. Sure. I don't understand. I'm gonna assume these cards do something. Maybe they misclicked. Could be. Do I want Blood Moon? Maybe. Play it on turn 2. Sure. I don't think the Grafter's Cage is likely to do anything. I've got my Vexing Bauble and nothing else. They kept 7. I'm dead. So I don't think it matters, but I'll keep and see if Vexing Bauble does anything. If I get a turn. I'm not going to get it. Oh, I might get a turn. I guess this hand's kind of bad against the Thoughtseize, huh? I would need 2 things to be good against the Thoughtseize, and I don't really have 2 things in my deck. All right, that kind of counts. Not bad against the Thoughtseize. Holy shit. Is this like a fair Necro deck? Is that what's happening? The Thoughtseize bug is not a real bug, but it's a joke among Magic Online players that your opponents always draw the card that you Thoughtseize immediately after you Thoughtseize it. Okay. Draw 6. Yeah, okay, my opponent's playing just like mono black fair Necro shit. Though why did they take the Vexing Bauble then? Holy shit. I don't know if this fizzles it or not. It does. Well, that's awesome. Ooh. I think I just play that. Could lose to a grief now. All right, go to discard. You're at 5. You're at 6. I feel like we're actually in good shape here. Discard Swamp and another Soul Spike. Okay. Yeah. I'm a little scared of opposition. Oh, yeah, there's opposition agent. Okay. So it means they probably have one, huh? The fuck is this? Wow. Okay. Well, that sucks. Maybe I'm supposed to crack Bobble there. I guess I lose now. Okay. Okay. I have a much better understanding what my opponent is doing. All right, Fair Macabre and Blood Moon are not where I want to be. I do want Ether Vial. Probably want Vexing Bauble. Don't think I want Flutes. I think I do want these. The Fatal Pushes are going to be good. Obviously don't want Pyroblasts. Do I want Pyrokinesis? Not really. It's good against Opposition Agent, and it's good against a lot of their threats, actually. Yeah, it's like a modern Necro, yeah. Do I want the Vexing Baubles? So Bauble's good against Soul Spike. Presumably there's Grief in their deck. Pyrokinesis or Vexing Bauble. I think I'll go with the baubles, I think. Okay. Second bauble kind of sucks, but I think we go Wasteland Bauble. Can't get griefed. Feels good. It seems Skirk is going to be good against them because it fizzles the life gain. Really? Oh, it's good against Chromox too, huh? I think I want to get Skirk in. It's tempting to play the Battle Cry or one of the 2-drops there because it's a little bit more mana efficient, but if they Wasteland me, I really want a red source. I don't want to cycle Bobble EOT until there's a second Bobble in play. Okay, that's really good. Could sack these 2 to attack for 5, but I think we'll just have a much better attack next turn. Okay. I think Wasteland my red source. Wasteland my Wasteland. Okay. Kapow. You're at 6. You're at 3. They like Ritual Plague Engineer. I can still Crater Maker it, attack them for 2. Nice. Okay. Vaccine Bobble. Good card. Nice. Good win. All right, I'm going to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. All right. All right. Doing well. Close matches so far. So I guess game 1, incinerating play points with 5 color today? No. Hey, we made back our play points. Thank you very much last week. How often do I find myself playing Paper Magic? Almost never. There's a Paper Magic group I used to check out occasion. Like I would go to. There was like a monthly or bi-monthly legacy that I would go to, but I haven't gone to that all year. I just haven't. I keep missing when the events are, and then a lot of the time it was like when I was busy. So no, I haven't played Legacy. I haven't played any Paper Magic in like 11 months, maybe more. Okay, solid hand, double vial. Yeah, I can't stand seeing grief on the stack. Yeah, relatable. Oh, please do not chalice me. Fuck. Oh, our hand was so good. No, it's not. Fuck, that is so bad. Oh. Oh, God, it's such a brutal chalice. So I guess it's Eldrazi again. Play the Mire. Could play the Boggart tapped. Oh, maybe it's Moon Stompy. I did play the Mire with the thought of I might want to get Basic Swamp if they Blood Moon me. Please play Blood Moon. Magus the Moon. Okay. Still a super brutal chalice, but okay, that card does not matter. All right, they played one card that mattered and then 2 cards that really don't. So no, come on. Okay. Playing this to sack to this. Okay. Maybe they sack the chalice. Damn. 4 for 1 to buy chalice is rough. Okay. Grapple Master, sure. Okay. Pretty good. Do I just try to kill them? Like, I could just throw Ringleader at their face. That's bad against Shatterskull and Fury. They would need a land to play Fury. Or Spirit Guide. I died another Bombardiers. I don't think they would. I'm pretty sure they don't have another Bombardiers, or else they would have killed my Bombardier last turn. So they would have to draw it. So I think I do go face here, because that's, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another Bombardiers might kill me anyway, because it's 4, 5, plus 5. Okay, now I got a 2. Yeah, I think toss Ringleader at their face. Nice. All right. Got away with it despite getting 4 for 1. All right. Don't think I want anything else. Flute can do stuff, but it's a little inconsistent. I think I mostly just want red cards. I think you just trim 2 lackeys here. Solid hand. No access to basic swamp, which is a little bit of a bummer, but if they put the cards into playing a Blood Moon, I'm okay with that. All right, 2 Horde Masters, pretty good. Fable's annoying. I think should have played Badlands there. Doesn't really matter though. I think we play Horde Master. I think they probably have a Dead Gone. Okay, glad I didn't wasteland the tomb. Okay, this is what I was hoping for. And second Horde Master means a lot of triggers whenever anything dies. It does mean they probably get to untap with Kiki though. think we can find some removal spells. Okay, if they have a Spirit Guide, well, okay. That's not so bad for me, honestly. Okay, exile land. Ooh, Muxus, you say. A little far away. But I think we do this. Another dead? Sure. Whiffed again. It's kind of a bummer. They don't have anything? Okay. Get our basic swamp, play our 3-1. Because now we have a fourth land still. Exile their graveyard, I guess, because of Squee. Okay. Draw push would be really good. Okay. 3-0. They jumped the gun a little bit on that dead gun. It would have played out the same, though, because I think I just would have played the second Horde Master, and then they would have used it, so I don't get double triggers. Honestly, pretty sick that we won that game 1 after Chalice bricked Vile, Fatal Push, and then we drew third Vile, and even the ringleader was good, but obviously it also hit a lackey. I'm really glad that I played Boggart on turn 3 instead of Bombardiers. That would have lost me the game on the spot, because I just would have gotten stuck under their Bombardier. If I could ban any cards beyond Grief to fix Legacy, what would I ban? I think it's pretty likely that Frog gets banned at this point. Okay, I like this hand. Put back second push, probably. I really dislike Nadu. I don't know. It depends what you mean by fix. By fixed, you mean like make the format balanced or make it fun? Because those are two different goals. Okay. Looks like Cradle Control. Wish I had my second push, but that's okay. Fun over balance. Okay. If you're not worried about the sacred cows, then I think banning reanimate should be on the table. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about bans right now. To be completely honest, it's so, a lot of stuff needs to happen to Legacy, but there's a lot of different opinions, and like it depends on what your vision of the format is. Opponent is a fan, apparently. Cool to see. If this is Greenstone for white, then we're in really good shape. Yeah. Yeah, this is Fatal Push right now. Why it's in the deck. So we go push that. Put in Bombardiers. Wasteland your Bayou. So you can't cast Natural Order. Okay. Feels like Natural Order. But if we do this, they probably don't block. Do block, okay. So then we kill... I don't think this lackey is that important anymore. Because we've got a third land, we've got a Skirk as extra mana. So let's just kill the Ignoble. Maybe draw a card. Okay. White. It's a 5/5. Okay, so if we draw a land, I think we just win because then we can just play Boggart. Damn. I mean, I could go Skirk, sack. Play Boggart. Kill the white. I mean, I could ignore the white for a turn. If they have a creature, it gets bad for me because then they start chaining. Yeah, I can Skirk, shoot Noble. I could also play Boggart, play Battlecry, play Skirk, and just have the board. Attack for 3. The problem is the white gets the phasing land next turn. So if I have Battlecry and Skirk in play, that might be fine. So the problem with sacking everything to play the Boggart, sack it, kill the white, is it costs me 2 damage and my whole board, basically. And so they could just go land Natural Order. It's a tough call. I think I'm going to play Skirk. And attack with Bombardiers. If they double block, then I'll trade these two for these two, and then play Battlecry. It's kind of bad if they have another white, but okay. Could just kill the noble, sacking Skirk. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I really want to play Battlecry this turn, so. Okay, another whiff. The thing is, like, with the phasing, they need to phase it out in my upkeep, which means that this is going to be tapped. This does have Vigilance, which is annoying. Okay. Okay. Ooh, tap land. That's huge. Mill Reclaimer. Okay. I think they're dead. Okay, they're dead. Phew. Fatal Push was really good this game. So even if they did phase this out in my upkeep, I would still be able to deal 3. I'd still have lethal with the land. Okay. All right. I've got a good sideboard here. Maybe one Blood Moon. Blood Moon cutting off all the utility lands can be really good. Boggart's quite good now in this matchup. Blood Moon also cuts off Snuff Out, which I think is a 4 of. So maybe I do 1 Flute, trim a Lackey. Maybe I have to trim a Boggart. $23 lands should be okay. 2 lackeys is a little weird, but has a fatal push. I feel like we can do better though, just because there's no turn 2 play. Okay. Flute's for white, but it's also for Reclaimer and Grist. I play Goblins. You basically only. I mean, yeah, I basically only play Legacy at this point. All right, Hierarch. Deck list. Don't have this current deck list on a command or anything. If they just like spit out creatures, I think okay. Cradle. Yeah, okay. That's a pretty good turn too. All right, we're gonna flute this thing. Where's the sharpshooter? Yeah. All right, second matron's good. Naming natural order doesn't do anything, so they have more than enough mana. So just gotta hope there's no natural order. Dual Commander God. I was actually thinking about Dual Commander the other day, like last night. Could be fun. I do take 5 here. Minimum. All right. Oh. 6, 7, 8. I do die at a natural Greater Hoof. Do I get Pash here? Nah, not yet. Okay, there's natural order. It was never beating natural order with triple mana dork unless I had the Pyrokinesis. Okay. I guess I would have won with Grafdigger's Cage. All right, got elves. Can we just run it back? Is the Blood Moon good enough? I think it is. Flute's mid. Maybe. Can maybe just do this. Try that. I like this hand a lot. 61 cards XD, yeah. I am a 61 cards gamer. It's just the way I am. With goblins, no other decks. Okay. That's not bad. So we're gonna expert here. Force out a snuff out, maybe. Goblins has been I've just been like last like 5 streams have been 3-2. It's just so much 3-2. So the deck is very medium. I think this is a really good direction though. Okay, there's a snuff out. It's really nice that Expert is a black creature, so it can't be snuffed. White. Springheart. Okay, well that also has to die. Third land's really good. Can Muxus soon, yeah. Though I might not to play around another Snuff Out. Okay, there's Reclaimer. Cradle. Pass. Okay. Opponent might snuff out the Skirk if they have another snuff. Shouldn't have 6 anyway because of Bowmasters. Second Matron. Three cards, opponent didn't do anything. So it could be land natural order, which obviously would suck. I think I just get Muxus because that it forces a snuff out if they have it. And I have a second Matron, so I can Matron for a second Skirk. What's this? Abrupt Decay? Holy shit. Okay. Didn't expect that. Okay. No natural order is big. That's really good too. Okay, so opponent can make the Reclaimer a 3/4, so I'm not going to try to get cute with Pyrokinesis, so I'm going to just get Skirk and pass. I'm not going to play the Skirk. Yeah. This is the only Skirk in my deck, so if this Skirk dies, it becomes very difficult to kill. It becomes very difficult to put Muxus into play. I mean, I could draw land, but... Okay. Can't Pyrokinesis both, so I'm not going to. They clearly don't have natural order. If they get... Okay. I was going to say, if they got the second Arbor, I might think about it. Also, don't really want to use this pyrokinesis at all because these two are sort of like an A plus B combo. So if I pitch one, the either doesn't do that much. The other one, rather. If it's an emergency and they like crater hoof me, I can pyrokinesis in response and maybe save myself. They put a card on top. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White. Okay. Should be cognizant. This can get that land. Third matron. Wish that was on top of my deck, not. At least it's a red card to pitch, I guess. Okay. Do need this pyrokinesis to hit some stuff, or this Muxus rather. Okay. Interesting. It's very interesting. Can't snuff out Sling Gang. They might snuff out the Horde Master here. If they do that, they might die, actually. Go to 9, 3. They go to 1. I know they can hardcast Snuff Out, never mind. But then if they do that, I can Pyrokinesis the white freely. Talon Gates, okay. Targeting what? Sling Gang. So I don't want to pitch Matron. I'm gonna sack Mog War Marshal here to get a trigger, because I think it's gonna happen regardless. Lackey's interesting. Okay, that phases out. I believe I can just win with the board, so I'm going to do this. They can snuff out their own Dried Arbor. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But now they're dead. I can just sack my whole board when the Sun Gang comes back. Played around the snuff out. Nice. Whew. Bart's a good draw. Oh, man. All right, going for the 5-0. Push was really good. Push was really, really good. Apartment smells like cookies because my wife made chocolate chip cookies last night. And they're still out on the counter. And I haven't eaten very much today, so I just keep like, oh yeah. But now I'm like starving. It is incredibly dangerous, yes. She got this crazy good recipe from her mom. They're like broiled chocolate chip cookies, which I know sounds really weird, but they're like fucking incredible. They're just like the best cookies I've ever had. All right. It'd be sick if we 5-0'd, but I'll still be happy with a 4-1 with this. Much happier with my play today compared to last couple of weeks. The other thing I'm noticing is that we're not flooding out. 21 lands with 3 Boggarts, you just don't flood out. Kind of big. Which is what I wanted for Boggart in like from when it was initially spoiled. Well, I guess I wanted to increase land count, but now I'm just like lowering the land count and it's working out better. Hey, Oleg. Yeah, the pushes have been really good. I talked about at the beginning of the stream, I talked about my reasoning for introducing push into the deck and the mana-based accommodations to allow it. And so far, it's been paying off. We haven't been starved on black mana, and the mana efficiency of push has been really good. Push your guy, wasteland you, that sort of thing. All right, on the play with a solid hand. The reason why I only play goblins, well, okay. I do actually play other decks on my Daybreak account here and there. Mostly just other decks to learn how to play against them. Holy shit. Oh, like 10 gift subs. That's incredible. Thank you so much. That is insanely generous. Thank you, man. Oh, let's get the emote sound going. All right, looks like Scam is our final boss. Figured out how to pay from Russia. Awesome, thank you. Thanks, Oleg. All right, so Grief, Pitch, and Tomb. I'm glad to see Pitch and Tomb. All right, it's gonna go for all of them. So, take the Horde Master makes sense. Expert solid. I appreciate your support, man. Goblins. So Goblins was my first paper legacy deck. Starting in 2017. Just absolute favorite. All right, no reanimate. Hopefully there's no second Entomb. But if they pitched Entomb, they probably do have a second one. In which case we're kind of dead, but Sling Gang's not bad. I just really enjoy tinkering with Goblins because it feels like the deck building just goes infinitely deep. I haven't ever really stopped trying to change the deck up. It's just like this permanent puzzle to solve. And it's also really hard to play, so I feel like I've got something to test. All right, looks like second Entomb. Yeah, sucks. Game 1 of this matchup is so heavily determined by how quickly they find Entomb, so if they have it immediately, it sucks. Traxa, sure. Do you have Reanimate? Well, you might have it in a second. At least it's not Animate Dead, so the life loss does matter. We don't have a Sting Scourger. We can potentially Expert plus Bombardiers plus Expert to kill Atraxa. And then Sling Gang to finish off. No Reanimate. That's huge. That is absolutely huge, honestly. Because we're past the stage of caring about Psychic Frog. And if we get one more turn, we can bog them, which probably wins the game. Okay, Push is not castable yet. Well, okay, that's not true, actually. We could Matron for Boggart and Push. Okay. Yeah. Is Aether Vial good? Yes or no? Yeah. Yeah. Got an Animate Dead? Grief, Pitch, Psychic Frog. Well, you hate to see that. Pile Driver would be good. Potentially. So assume my opponent has Animate Dead. The thing is, I want to matron for something because if I can matron, if I can get 7 goblins into play, I can sling gang plus, right? I can expert the guy. So maybe I get bombardiers here. So then if they take the bombardiers, I can kill Atraxa. Other option, I can get Horde Master and just put it right into play, but that's not that good versus Atraxa because they'll take the Sling Gang. God, I hate Grief. It's so stupid. Yeah. Matron for second Sling, then they take Expert. Might take Expert either way, but then Expert is like my worst card in general. I think people are sort of conditioned to take Bombardiers. I'm hoping that's what they do. So if I get a second Expert, if I had 2 Vials on 2, then getting a second Expert might make sense. No, it doesn't. If they drew Reanimate, then they take Sling Gang, then I kill Atraxa. If they take Expert, then I can go Bombardier's Expert, attack for 4, sack, so it's 5, so I go to 13, and then I can sack a bunch of stuff, so I might be able to kill them. Yeah, I think this is the best I can take. They have made their land drops, so they can't like Atraxa into, okay, take Expert. They can't Atraxa into like Brazen Borrower. Okay, they tapped wrong, I think. Just strictly better to have Underground Sea. All right, this need to hit not 3rd and 4th Grief. Okay, no 3rd and 4th Grief. They can Brainstorm into it. Did kind of hit the nuts on Entomb, Animate Dead. Okay. All right, so they didn't take, so they didn't take the Force, they didn't take the Brainstorm. So they took Animate Dead, Reanimate, Polluted Delta, Entomb. Okay. Okay. Doesn't do anything. Degores, thanks for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We are 4-0 in this league. We're in game 1 against Scam. Trying to beat this collection of cards is rather tricky. Second Grief got us really good. All right, so we attack like this. Driver would... So, like, if we had Matron for Driver last turn, then they take Sling Gang. So, no, wouldn't be good. Because we need the Sling Gang. Okay. So, hand is Entomb, Reanimate, Animate Dead, Polluted Delta. So annoyingly, we can kill the Atraxa, but then they can still make both Atraxa and Archon. Because theoretically, we could throw the Sling Gang at Atraxa and let the trade happen, but then they gain too much life. I think we're dead. I think we need to draw something that turn. Make sure this is not lethal. So sack this for 5, hit them for 4, 9, and then we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Not enough to kill them, but we still might be able to keep Reanimate offline. I guess they can just Entomb, Animate Dead. Oh, this deck is frustrating. Play the land. So they go to 15, 8. Third Entomb is so fucking annoying. Only 3.5 weeks ago, I know. Still have another enemy. Okay, what are our outs? Matron still wins the game, I think. Another Bombardiers probably does it as well. So Ringleader, let's fetch the Thin. Sucks. Man, we had such a good start too. It's just it was the second Grief, second Entomb, third Entomb. 2 Animate Deads. If these were Reanimates, they would be dead. So stupid, man. This deck's so stupid. Yeah, we can kill something. It doesn't matter. Okay. God, I hate this deck. Such bullshit. All right. Keep the pushes for frogs. I'll keep my lackeys on the play. I don't think I can ever beat the Atraxa trigger finding another Entomb like that. Just frustrating. I think we could beat like almost anything else. Can definitely beat Atraxa by itself. If we'd drawn Matron there, Matron for Horde Master or second Sling Gang. Maybe does it. I'm not boarding in the Vexing Bauble because they cut a lot of counter magic. So usually what Reanimator players do is they cut the counter magic against me. And they're just they board in creature removal and extra threats, but they don't board in counter. They board out the counter magic. So the Vexing Baubles only hit Grief, which is not enough. This hand is not good enough. This hand is peak Die to Grief. Okay. I don't like this hand, really. Okay, Underground Sea. I prefer that. Ponder, Brainstorm. Okay, so I'm going to get Grief, but it's not Reanimate, so... Don't mind that as much. Yeah, Grief, Pitch, Reanimate. Okay. I wonder what the other cards in your hand are. Battlecry's not bad. I wonder if I just put in Battlecry, play around Grief. Getting reanimated. Because if I Matron for like a Sling Gang, then my Lackey gets blocked next turn. If I just put in Matron, what am I even Matroning for? Battlecry's the call. No Reanimate. Okay. Bombardiers is pretty sick. I think I'm just activating Battlecry. Okay. Put in Bombardiers. always have Entomb. No, this is not a game where ringleader matters at all. Okay, well, if they have another reanimate, they reanimate Archon, take 8, and they gain 3. I lose Lackey, activate, get a Traxa. Okay. Okay. Might get him here. Nice. Let's go. All right. Game 3. We have 7 pieces of graveyard hate. 3 of them are slow, but one more. I think this is what I'm doing. Bobble's maybe a little better on the draw, but I think I need to keep my threat base up. And Bobble obviously doesn't help you when you get griefed on turn 1. Oh, man. They snap kept 7. That deck keeps a lot of 7s, though. It's so hard to mulligan against this deck. It is so painful. I don't think you're allowed to. Do have a push. Yeah, no graveyard hate, and they just love having Entomb immediately so far. I think I have to keep. Mulling graveyard hate just does not work when they grief you on turn 1. Alright. Fair Shit. Get Badlands. We just have to take maximum risks. Okay, Val resolves. That's cool. Just please don't have fucking Entomb again. Surveil land. Surveil. Fuck. Okay. We've got the answer to Frog. Yeah, Undercity Sewers. Okay, so they're probably going to reanimate Troll. Okay, the Frog. Okay. Not through a daze. That's true. Okay, there's Pyroblast. Okay. Frog is so stupid. I'm eating. Are you kidding me? You gotta be fucking kidding me. They just had both. I hate this deck so much. Yeah, 3 weeks, yeah. So stupid, man. Okay, so we draw. And a Dead Ponder Days Delta Borrower, yeah. They draw fucking creep. Genuinely the dumbest deck in Legacy by such a margin. Okay. I guess we needed Fairy Macabre. Should have mulliganed XD. If we mulliganed to Fairy Macabre, then we just would have lost to the Frog. Like, it's just... If we had Pyroblasted the Frog on the stack, then the Surveil land still would have found the fucking Atraxa. So dumb. Alright, so we can draw Sting Scourger and then still die. Because they have another fucking Animate Dead. Yeah. Wow, we even would have drawn the land to play around the days, huh? I don't think there's anything I can do. I can only make one play. They get an Archon next turn. God, what a fucking stupid deck. What a dumb way to lose a 5-0. Just have Entomb all the time. All right, I said I would be happy with a 4-1, but I'm not. That fucking tilts the fuck out of me, honestly. Ugh. God, I hate Scaminator so much. Just such a stupid deck. Just nothing you can do. It just doesn't matter. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Wizard shits. Wizard did shit the bed. Holy shit. I think Astral. I would rather play against Snowco than Scaminator. I don't even think it's that close. Snowco feels completely benign compared to Snowco. Snowco's like, oh, I'm going to play my 3-drop on turn 3. Cast Abrupt Decay. Yeah, the worst part of Snowco was that you get back to basics by a 5-color deck. That's the part that was like this shit is so wrong. That was the problem for me. It was just like this why is this allowed? This is a crime against God. um Grief is so fucking frustrating. Like, if it wasn't for Grief in game 1, we had so much more play to beat Atraxa. Yeah. Yeah, Snoko broke more rules, but I thought about, Grief Reanimate the other day, and I was like, people used to play like Bug Delver used to be somewhat popular in Legacy, right? Or Grixis Delver with Thoughtseizes. Remember how like punishing it was when Delver went Thoughtseize Delver? Like turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Thoughtseize, play Delver. Remember how good that was? Grief Reanimate is literally that for 1 mana. It's like if you just put a Black Lotus in Delver. It's the same amount of life. And it's even harder to interact with. It's just crazy. It's so crazy. And Scaminator used to be like, yeah, they would grief scam you and it'd be crazy, and then they wouldn't do anything for a bunch of turns, and so the deck was kind of medium. Yeah, flipped Delver, no less. Leyline of Sanctity doesn't do shit. They ignore it, and then they play Frog and kill you. Or they have 4 Brazen Borrowers, and they bounce it, and then grief you. Like, Leyline do not work. If they did, people would play them. Best matchup versus Scaminator. If you're really good at Death and Taxes, you can play XJ's list from the showcase. But keep in mind, XJ is like the best Death and Taxes player in the world, and he didn't like his scam matchup going in when he tested it. He said it was like medium. People will board badly against you. That's true. Newton's deck, yeah, I think Newton's deck is a good one because Newton's deck is super redundant and it's all on board. So like they can grief you, but you can still get your important thing into play. And then reclaim, like if Reclaimer's in play, they can't reanimate because you can bog. You got a lot of ways you can like bog over and over again with endurances to brick Frog a bit. I think Newton's deck is going to struggle a bit more against Scam as Fatal Push becomes more and more popular, because it's really running off of the fact that these decks don't play spot removal. Newton's deck is Cradle Control, which we played against earlier. I'll pull up a list. It is another deck that is quite tricky, though. It's very tricky to play against because it's a lot of like onboard tricks and you have to keep track of all of them. Why is it not on Goldfish? It's like Matt Soul has put like 1 million trophies up with it. This is not it. I do think Post is decent against Scam because you're just like really It's a lot of redundancy. Your power's in your lands, not your spells as much, and then you just like top deck. Yeah, Painter seems to have come back, has like an okay scam matchup. I think Painter probably has the same thing as D&T, where the scam players are probably boarding incorrectly, right? I would think, because they're like, oh, I'm gonna mid-rangeify, and what they should be doing is Entomb Reanimate, because when they try to mid-rangeify, they walk harder into Red Blast, right? I mean, blasting Atraxa is not really a plan, because then they just put it back into play. It is good against Frog. I think Painter's probably very good. Yeah, very good against the bug mid-range decks. I think those probably get annihilated by Painter. Yeah. Like, here's the thing. I think Scaminator being a hybrid deck is like, the good Scaminator players get to literally cheat. It's like how good it is. It's like literally cheating. And then the bad scam players hybridize their deck too much and become mid-range when they shouldn't, and then they still win half the time because the deck's broken. And I get why, because like I played a good number of leagues of scam, and like every matchup you're just like, oh, it's so clean just to cut these 4 Entombs, Atraxa, Archon. It's so easy, and I can fit all the sideboard cards I want to fit in. It's like very tempting. But I think the experienced players know not to do that. They know the power is grief you, make an Archon on, make a Atraxa or Archon on turn 2, force your next play. Like that's what makes the deck broken. Plus Wasteland you. Plus Daze you. That's why Grief needs to go. Yeah. I do think Griefless Scam, just like Blue Black Reanimator could be a deck post ban, but it's just gonna be so much worse, I think. Yeah, I like Thoughtseize fucking sucks. Like straight up. I've put Thoughtseize in a deck recently. Thoughtseize is so bad. Will it be tier 1? I don't know if it will. It might not be able to overpower Delver. And well, people say that you cut Grief against Delver. But still, like game 1, you're gonna be a lot. Like, how do you beat Surgical plus Daze or whatever? Yeah, I think like Frog mid-range decks will definitely be quite popular. I'm just trying to find Newton. Where's Newton's deck? Maybe it's put under Maverick. Nope. It's under white, black, green. Goldfish categorization sucks right now. Just guy control pick. Am I blind? I don't see just guy control. Oh, the Fox Chase. Holy shit! Somebody registered Jace the Mind Sculptor. You went 4 and 4. Oh, there's no Jace. My day is ruined. Far right, third row. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still don't see. Yeah, I could just look up Matt Soleil. That's probably fair. It's player. Oop. Caps lock? Nope. Yeah, this deck. Who's got? I was in my Eldrazi league. I played against this deck, and they played Toxicrane, and it fucked me up really bad. Yeah, this deck I think has a playable Scam matchup for sure. Hey, Mats. Yeah, this deck is also it's very hard to play, very hard to play against. Mats has crushed me twice because I have walked into onboard tricks twice. Though I think one of those times it didn't matter which way I chose. Just put down some cards at random and swing. I'll adopt that next time. That is clearly not with what you do, dude. Who played Goblins recently? Oh, right, Goblin Ringleader. Yeah. This is a insane deck list to play, but I respect it. 1, 5, and 3 is pretty impressive. Just fucking kill them. Yeah. I'm so disgruntled by that 4-1, man. Regardless, okay. Salting aside about Scaminator and how the deck needs to be nuked into the Stone Age because no deck has been this powerful in Legacy relative to the other decks in the format in, I don't know, since Underworld Breach? Probably since Underworld Breach. And I don't think Breach even ever reached 30% of the metagame. I don't understand why it's still here, Watsy. I don't understand. Okay. Okay, I'm not. Yeah. Breach. Yeah, Breach got nuked really fast. Like Scam should have been. Is Eldrazi an issue after Grief goes? I don't think so. I played 2 Leagues of Eldrazi and I was actually pretty underwhelmed by it. Mostly because I found the problem is that I couldn't get enough like actual colorless sources to double spell that often. I would slay in theater performance. I did theater in high school. Eldrazi. Micah Spawn's really pushed. I think it's a good deck. I don't think it'll be too broken. And I'm actually kind of happy it exists and puts pressure on the control decks because I think it's a good safety valve. No, I don't think Ivugan at all. I think Ivugan's like one of the worst cards in the deck now. Like I played I played the 2 Leagues of Eldrazi, and there were so many games where Ivugan didn't cast anything. It just didn't do. It was like actively bad. So my new like heuristic is never wasteland Ivugan unless they have 7 mana or 6 mana. Like it's Eldrazi Temple and Ancient Tomb are like by far the best lands. Yeah, Fleshraker's really good. I think Kozilek's Command is the card that like fixes the deck's problems the most because it gives us a playable removal spell and like card filtering. And yes, yeah, if Scaminator goes down, specifically if Frog gets banned and Moonstompy comes back, Moonstompy will obliterate Eldrazi because Eldrazi still gets annihilated by turn 1 Blood Moon. Like, just instantly loses. I played against Moonstompy and as Eldrazi, and I was like, oh, I'm just dead. My opponent can mulligan to 4, and I'm dead. So yeah, I think Eldrazi is a good safety valve against control, and there's enough because I'll like cast triggers, so it's just inherently really good against them. So I think Eldrazi can help hold down the Beanstalk decks, which are really obnoxious when they're good, and then Eldrazi gets held in check by the other non-blue decks. I think should be the dynamic. Not as much as before, obviously, because it does have really strong nut draws now. But I think that's like an okay for the format to be in. Combo will come back hard. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious how the combo decks react to a grief ban. Storm feels almost there, but Storm's gotten really low resource, but also weirdly fragile. It's like Beseech puts them where they can choose like 3 different angles, and so if you have like a specific angle covered, they can always pivot to the other thing. But they but if you have like a generic answer, they really struggle. Vexing Bauble is also really good against Storm now. I don't expect... Well, I mean, if they ban fucking Reanimate, that would be awesome. I wouldn't... I think Black-Red would not come back because Grief was good for that deck. And so now we're going back to Black-Red Reanimator from like 3 years ago. Like, I don't think it's gotten any real cards since then. So I think Reanimator in general should go away. Thank God, because fuck Reanimator. Yeah, maybe blue-black, but I think it's going to be a lot worse. Because again, Thoughtseize sucks. I do think if they just ban Grief, there's going to be problems with the format, like significant problems, and they'll have to ban again pretty quickly. Not sure what it'll be. It'll probably be Frog, honestly. I'll definitely hit Grief. I could see hitting... I think they should hit Frog, probably. And then... I don't know. Maybe... it depends on whether or not they care about the long-term format health. I think Reanimate is going to be long-term problematic. I think there's obviously a case to ban Entomb because the card's insanely busted, but like, do you consider it grandfathered into the format? Or does it get like, well, this was banned once before, why can't it be banned again? I think either of those are kind of valid opinions, depending on what you think Legacy ought to be. Yeah, I think those are all my thoughts. As far as this deck goes, I was really happy with it. Nadu, yes, I would actually ban Nadu from Legacy just immediately. I don't even think it's that broken. It is like the worst play patterns ever. I fucking hate Nadu. It's like all the characteristics of a card I do not like. Yeah, I don't think Red Black Reanimator comes back. It might come back sort of generically in that all the combo decks get better, but it's just going to be so much worse than the other combo decks, I think. Nadu is like a typo. I just kind of believe Nadu was such a mistake that it's just like, you didn't intend to put this card's text on a card, so just don't. Just make it go away. Type 1 scary eye. Yeah, that'll work. All right, enough complaining. This list, I think, is a really good direction for the deck to go, even potentially post Grief, because we're still gonna have to kill Frog, we're still gonna have to kill Nadu and fucking Nomads on Core and Eldrazi. The pushes, I think, are a really good direction. deck finally has enough black sources to cast them. I'm really happy with this idea I had, and it played out pretty well today. All right, let's raid Jarvis. I'll try and outdo Commander. Cool. See y'all next time.